everyone, and welcome to Beyond Focus TV. My name is Angie Daniel, and I am the hostess of the show. On tonight's show, we have with us a very gifted, talented young woman. Her name is Sandra Small. She is the CEO of Small World Music. We're going to take a short break. When I come back, I'll introduce her to you. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Beyond Focus TV. Before I took a break, I did mention that I'm going to introduce to you Miss Small. She is one of the most talented young person you can actually meet within the community. So welcome.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. I love having you here. I like to get people to understand that the talent that young people have within the community and how hard it is to find someone who's so gifted and so talented and so focused. And I love that about you. So I wanted to get people to know about you.
Thank you, Angie.
You're welcome. Usually in our show we will have people introduce themselves and say a little bit about your history. That's part of what we do in terms of introduction. Then we'll get to talk about your music. So tell the community a little bit about Sandra Small.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Sandra Small. I'm a singer-songwriter, guitar player, raised here in New York City, and I also love to get involved in the community, and I focus primarily on the youth and on homelessness in the New York City streets.
That is what I want. You know, like, we're going to talk about your part of the business first, and then we'll talk about your part in the organizations. How did you get involved in music? How did you get there?
I started as a young girl, like 4 years old, singing around with my hairbrush in front of the mirror for my family and friends. So early on I showed some kind of talent for singing, and at 13 years old I purchased a guitar. I really wanted a piano, but there was no room in our small place for a piano, so we went and we got a guitar, and I started with a private teacher, and I learned songs and started to write songs at 13 years old, and that was the start.
Oh, okay. So you like playing you wanted to play the piano, so you don't know how to play the piano yet?
Just a little touch. I mess around, I fool around, but I can't play, you know.
Okay. How about we do an exchange? You teach someone how to play the guitar, and she'll teach you how to play the piano.
Yes.
Whoever's open for that. I think she would definitely like that. She would definitely like that. So we'll get you in touch with her afterwards.
Okay.
How would you describe your style of music? What would be your style of music?
I call it a mix of rock, funk, and soul. Growing up, I listened to all kinds of music: Motown, rock and roll, classical, funk. I was just exposed to all of these sounds and styles of music, so it's definitely incorporated in my sound. And
I would say, like, you have an inner soul. Like, it's kind of deep, more. Like I was telling someone that you sound like more like Aretha Franklin, mix of Alicia Keys, and those two combination to me, Natalie Cole, that's where you're at.
Thank you, that's a compliment. Those are all great singers, and I love them all. I grew up listening to a lot of male singers. Oddly enough, that I'm a woman, like Marvin Gaye and Michael Jackson, Prince, James Brown. I love those kinds of artists, and I'm now exposing myself to the great female singers, and I love old style of music because there was a lot of soul in it.
Yes.
And so I'm trying to instill that as I grow as an artist in the music.
Well, you are definitely there, in my opinion. You have the voice and the mixture of that. Let's talk a little bit about your band. You have a band. It's called Small World Band. How did you get the group of guys together, and how long have you guys been performing together?
Okay, so it started back in 2005 when I decided I had a bunch of songs, but I had was playing them acoustically with my guitar. So I thought it would be a good idea. Well, actually, an old friend told me, you need a band.
Okay.
Ding dong, all these lights went on in my head. And I was like, that's a very good idea. The internet was popping, Craigslist. Okay. I would just put out for the love of music and put auditions together for bass players, guitarists, drummers, and then I would schedule these auditions, and then I would meet a bunch of musicians, and slowly but surely I met like pieces to build a band. Okay. And fast forward, I mean, the way I met the players in my band, one guy I met through Craigslist, then one, Mike Campbell, he used to work for singers like Shaka Khan and Luther Vandross and the Village Underground, which is a great open mic downtown. And we started playing together. And then Jamal Peoples is a keyboard player I play with, and he's played with Angie Stone and a lot of great other artists. So I was slowly being surrounded by people who were in the business, very talented musicians, and we started playing, doing street gigs, and just venues that were very popular for music in downtown Manhattan and Harlem.
Okay. So tonight, the community gets to see you perform for us.
Yes.
You're going to do 2 songs for us. Can you tell us a little bit about the songs before you go and change and we continue our conversation?
Yes. I'm going to sing 2 songs. One is Life is Rhythm. It's a new song. And basically it's about just being comfortable where you are in life. It's a flow. And we're all where we need to be. Everything happens for a reason. So Life is Rhythm. And then Fight for Your Dreams. Yes. It pretty much speaks for itself. It's just about fighting for your dream.
I love that song, by the way.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And believing in what it is that you have and learning how to compromise in life and just fighting for your voice, because we all have a special voice.
Yes, and you do. You speak of it and on your blog through your songs. So we're going to take a break so you can go and change and perform for us. I can assure you, you are going to enjoy this moment. So stay tuned. We're going to take a short break when she goes and change and continue our conversation. We'll be right back.
My face is the river that valleys through the stream. It could all be so simple, but the harder things make it seem. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm gonna make some decisions, and I'm gonna follow the lights. If I lived out this vision, will everything be alright? I don't know the purpose of living, still every will has a reason. Like everything has a meaning. Like every year we've got 4 seasons. The truth is, it's not in my hands. See, I can make a wish, it could blow away with the sand. And oh, the truth is, it's all in my faith. Now I believe you and me are the wind and the breeze. We are the waves that rock the sea. Life is rhythm, and it's moving me along. It's the ultimate theme song, and I don't care if I'm right, if I'm wrong, no. This is where I belong. Oh, life is rhythm, ultimate theme song. Oh, oh. And the truth is that it's not in my hands. I can make a wish, it could blow away with the sand. And truth is, it's all in my fate. And I believe that you and me are the wind and the breeze. We are the waves that rock the sea. See, life is rhythm, yeah, and it's moving me along. Oh, oh, it's the ultimate theme song, yeah. Oh, oh, ooh, ooh, ooh. This is where I belong.
And welcome back to Beyond Focus TV. We are here with Miss Sandra Small from Small World Music. So besides your performance, which was really, really beautiful, I really enjoyed. You're so welcome. You talk about your inspiration. You talk about, on your blog, you talk about a lot about what inspires you. Question for you is, who and what inspires you?
Okay. Well, this is an awesome question. I think a lot of us can relate that life, everyday living life is inspiration. When I walk down the street and I see my brothers and sisters passing me by, and when I walk into any new situation, I'm always inspired by something. I'm always writing something down that I see that sheds light on something. I'm inspired by children, by old people, senior citizens. I'm inspired by the planet and by evolution and family and friends and just all the wonderful experiences that life has to offer. I'm always inspired and moved, and I feel like I'm very sensitive to a lot of things, and so I always write about very personal issues, it seems.
Okay. You talk about, even in your music, you have a storyline. I love reading people's blog because I think a lot of the time they express themselves not like, you can tell when someone have their blogs professionally written out for them, or when someone is like just putting their heart out. So on yours, it's your heart, it's your story. What kind of story would you like people to know about you or hear from your music?
You're right about the blog. It's like I feel like I'm writing in a diary.
Yes. that's what it sounds like, really, when you read it.
I would like people to know that I guess, I had kind of like a rough upbringing. I'm a single only child, and I was raised by my mother and my stepfather, and they were working a lot, and I dropped out of high school at a young age, and I was always searching for the wrong things, even though I had this gift of music, but I didn't really nourish it until I realized actually Alicia Keys came out, and I was like, wow, she reminded me so much of myself, and I was like, what am I doing? So if I had to say anything about my life and how I could maybe help someone else, with my story, it would be like to really believe in yourself and trust the inner voice that you have and the gifts that you have. And, we all have to make mistakes in life to find out the path that's right for each of us. And so, I made lots of mistakes, and now I finally feel like I'm climbing up out of the darkness that I once was in. I really trust that music is what I want in life to get me to the place where I need to be.
Okay, I have to say two things to you. First and foremost, you've already changed that path. I love the fact that you've acknowledged I've made mistakes, but you are your own inspiration. You will be the inspiration for the future, because once you acknowledge mistakes, and we are human, we all make mistakes, we all grow up, for you to be able to say, you know what, this is what I did. I had the path, and I made a choice, but now I'm rekindling, I'm changing things around, and you have the spirit about you that's so positive. And then I think part of the reason why I'm really, really, really appreciative of you is the fact that you are trying to work with youth, and you are part of an organization that you playing music for the homeless, which is part of what we're going to talk about. Like part of, you already making all the changes. You already inspiring people. On your blog, you talk about, through your music, how we can change, how we can make life better. Being so positive alone is number one thing that you're doing. I think that, you're already doing it. You're already doing all the things that you would want people to do. You would be an inspiration to the community.
Thank you.
And take that, and run with it, because that's what you are. So let's continue our conversation. You are in the studio right now, right? Tell us a little bit about that, because I know you have 2 previous albums. This will be your 3rd one. When is it coming out?
So I'm anticipating this album to come out definitely in the spring. I'm really excited about it. Everyone's going to get to hear the growth and the evolution of, my voice, my songs. There's a lot of inspiring, uplifting messages that God had given me, so I'm really excited about that. And right now I'm just finishing the finishing touches of it all. So I anticipate it to come out in spring, early summer.
Okay.
And I'll definitely be having, updates on my website about that at sandrasmall.com. Yeah. And I'm really excited. It's a wonderful process. It's easier than before almost, because I'm getting more comfortable in my craft, and I'm practicing every day. I take my vocal classes 3 days a week, so I'm always practicing the craft. Practice is a big part of the
being
journey.
A musician. Yes. Yeah. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation, and I want to hear about the organization that you're involved in and what you are doing within the community. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
When you feel life is hard and you feel just a little off guard, just try to hold on, 'cause life will carry us on. Yes, it will. We've got to plant the seeds of good deeds. Yeah, we've got to go all out. That's what it's all about. Take a chance on a plan. Hold your ground and just stand. You know it. We've got to fight for our dreams. Fight for your life. Fight for your voice. You know that we all got that choice. Fight for your love. Fight for your soul. Fight for your mind. We're all one of a kind. Oh yeah, come on, go for it. Every night and day, every day and night. With every love, problems will arise. We got to lay it on the table. Oh, don't push it aside. Listen to your heart, and then voice your thoughts. Oh yeah, in this life There's many rights and wrongs. We're so searching for the answers like the light and the fog. Can we compromise so that love can rise? Yeah, and fight for your dreams, fight for your life.
And welcome back to Beyond Focus TV. We are here with Miss Sandra Small talking about her interaction through music within the community. So we've covered your music part. I want the community to know that besides the music, besides the pretty face, you are doing so much more in the community. Let's talk about the two organizations that you are involved in.
Okay. One of them is called Youth at Risk, and what they do is they help young women build self-esteem, empower them. A lot of them have children, and you know, we help them with a lot of different aspects in their life as they're maturing and getting older.
Okay. And then you do Rock Against Homelessness.
Yes, Rock Against Homelessness is a benefit fundraiser concert for the Neighborhood Coalition for Shelter, who help homeless men and women in New York City who were previously homeless and who are getting their lives back together, and who are, you know, just coming off out of the street.
How did you get in that?
Well, I've always felt compassion, if you will, for people sleeping on the streets and just homelessness in general. Growing up, I used to be friends with the homeless people in my community. Like, I knew them on a first name basis. I would ask them if they need anything, maybe go to the store and buy them something. And then in 2005, I thought it would be a good idea to become a volunteer for an organization, and then I found the Neighborhood Coalition for Shelter, and I would help them in their soup kitchen. It was a drop-in center, which no longer exists because budgets for these type of places actually have diminished.
That's for sure. That's why there's a lot of organizations that are doing their own fundraising for, you know, just to stay alive, to stay afloat.
Exactly. You know, where are people going to go to take a shower and get food? Those places are very helpful. So I got to got to know my community through serving food once a week. It started. And then I would go on Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays and perform sometimes and just be a helping hand. And then I asked them if I could throw a fundraiser, a rock concert, and they thought it was a good idea. And so after a couple of meetings, we had our first one in 2009 at Central Park at the band shell.
Nice.
And then we had another one just this past summer in 2012 at the band shell, and they were both successful.
Nice.
And basically it was to raise awareness about the organization and just how people can help.
Our fellow brothers and sisters who are less fortunate than us. I think one of the things that, you know, we talk about it every day. Everyone is one paycheck away from homelessness. You know, at least there's certain community, and as long as you are aware of that, you are aware of how you can make a difference in someone else's life, because we take so much for granted and not understanding that it could be us sitting at the corner with a cup. It's not just, some people are not homeless because they choose to. Some people are homeless because they are homeless, point blank. They have nobody else to help them. You know, so what else are you doing for the future? What's up? What's coming?
Well, I've got some concerts coming up. The Shrine in Harlem, March 16th at the Groove. There's a concert coming. That's at McDougal Street. I'm going to be continuing working on the new music. I hope to tour soon. That's like one of my big dreams and goals. And to continue to reach out to the community, helping youth, empowering youth to, you know, just believe in themselves and to, you know, focus on a path that speaks to them, and just encouraging, you know, young people. Also, you know, looking out for people on the streets. And, you know, I want to actually see, like, how we can create like City Harvest, like these kind of organizations that get food to the homeless on the streets. I want to see if there's a way that we can maybe
really get involved,
like, in that. Just on the street hand out food.
That's
because City Harvest takes food from restaurants that throw away the food, and then they they take it to homeless shelters, but I want to reach the people who are on the streets that don't want to go to the shelters. And that's why recently I gave out food at Penn Station, just to directly get involved and, you know,
to helping people that are just basically at the bottom who are in need right then and there.
Exactly.
This is the end of our show. If you had one last thing to say to the community, what would it be?
I would like to say that believe in yourself and your dreams, and trust your inner voice. And we all have something really special that we have to offer, and we are all one. And you know, I think it's this time in 2013, with all the new technologies that are coming out and things that are kind of distancing us from true communication like this, interaction, and really just like touching someone, and like, let's not lose that, because as time goes on, there's going to be new technologies that try to make kind of like put a shield between
two people,
human interaction. So I think we have to make sure that we don't go away from that, and just to trust ourselves and encourage and empower one another. Well,
thank you, Ms. Small. It's been my pleasure. You have been an inspiration on the show. You've said all the right things that I think, at least I would want the community to hear. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
I wish you luck with your music. I know you're going to do well. And your CD's coming out when again?
Early spring, early summer. Well, sorry, like spring, early summer.
Okay. If anybody would like to get in touch with you, where can they reach you at?
You can find me at www.sandrasmall.com or myspace.com/Sandra Small. And I have a business line, 646-696-5460. And thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
I will see you next time when the album comes out, Oh, we have to talk.
Definitely.
All right. This is the end of our show. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. Had a great conversation, and hope you liked the performances. I'll see you next Tuesday, same place, same time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
One of a kind, yeah. See, we all carry something special in our hearts. It's so rare, nothing no one can ever tear apart. Look beyond the crashing waves, 'cause soon you'll find paradise, and we'll all find paradise, yeah. In paradise you'll find the peace and love and harmony, where you are free to receive your past to prosperity, yeah. It's so far, but oh, so near. Have no fear.